Good morning, good morning, good morning. I didn't even get up and get myself straight because when something comes on my spirit, I just start talking about it. There's no need to get pretty. I am pretty inside and outside. And it was on my spirit last night, and I woke up again with it this morning. And I'm just going to speak from my heart, speak from my mind, speak from my experience and what I am given by the Spirit to share with someone who may be going through something and they desire to be in a relationship, they desire to get out of a relationship. You see what I'm saying? We are spiritual creatures. We have been going back and forth. You can look on any platform and see this opposition between man and woman. Why is that? If we were made for each other, why do we have so much opposition between the man and the woman during these times that we are in? Everything is connection. There is one source, one intelligence, one love. Everyone is connected to the one source, the one intelligence, the one love. Based on the fact everyone has been taught something differently in their upbringing, in their bloodline, in their generational pathology, that's a known fact. We're not on one accord. So to get on one accord, you have to love yourself. You got to know what love is. To know what love is to love first yourself. A lot of people haven't been taught that. Because if you are taught to love yourself first, you would not have so much mayhem, chaos, opposition in your life. Because once you love yourself first, you're never, ever going to allow anybody, anywhere to love you any less than you love yourself. So we have all of this relationship controversy. Who is anyone, even me, to say I'm right and you wrong, you right and I'm wrong? That's the opposition. This thing has to work together. We can find ourselves, mend our holes in our own souls by ourselves, or we can do it with someone else. But when you do it with someone else, the triggers will come and you have to sit in them to mend them. And everybody has been hurt, have been taught things that does not line up with love connection. Because people only do what they know how to do. This thing called relationship means just that. Two people, two entities. You see? Not just two people, but two entities, two different entities coming together to make something work for the good of everybody involved. So if these two entities are coming together, how can one say, I want A, B, C, D, F, G, Z, element of P, and you get to have what I have, but I still need you to be in this relationship with me? If what you want does not line up with this other person's needs and wants, how can there be balance in the relationship? I was looking at this Kevin Samuels person. May he journey on in spirit. But Kevin would not have been able to stay here on planet Earth because Kevin was projecting male dominance. What the man want, what's the man need, what the woman got to do. You see, is dictate, dictate, dictate. A relationship It's not based on dictation. A relationship is built on connection. So his life was not serving for a higher purpose. So if your life is not serving for a higher purpose, then your life will be. You're going to get a platform. You're going to use it to put the weight on the men's side, which makes the scale unbalanced. Telling a woman how she should be, what weight she should be, or no children, what to say, what to do. We have to understand this entity that has been in this planet, patriarchal, it has been here too long. There is a matriarchal. We keep making it about man. The Bible is filled with everything man, man, man. Where are the women? Why does not the Bible highlight the women? If there are men and women, everything is Daniel, Jonah, Moses, David, Peter, Paul. Where are the women in the Bible? Y'all have to understand the universe is harmonic. Nature is balanced. Everything has to go with a flow. Everything. So that is not going with the flow. If you're going to set a man on a pedestal and look down on a woman and make a woman small, and in all reality, no man, no woman can come through to this planet without coming in the womb of a woman. We keep on making relationships about things, accumulating things. A man wants to be wealthy. A man wants to be successful. A man wants to have cars and houses and boats and money in the bank. And woman just got to be having all these children, staying home, cooking and cleaning, washing drawers, and she's not acknowledged because the man trying to do it without her. Man cannot, he will not be able to be in this world without a woman, without feminine energy in his life, whichever way he have it in there. No man will ever succeed. No man will ever amount to his highest potential without a woman in his life. That's the way it's set up. The Trinity. Man, woman, child. So man don't get to dictate how a woman should look, what size she should be. You see, this is ego. If we are connecting on a spiritual level, spiritual means you feel me inside of your body. I feel you inside of my body. I can think your thoughts. You can think my thoughts. I don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say nothing. You just know because we are energetically entwined. But these dark entities that persuades with subliminal messages to just have sex, 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 sex. Every time you have sex, you are attaching another spirit to your spirit, man. So how can you work on your soul if you have so many spiritual connections? You have to fight off all of these attachments spiritually to get to the core of who you are. Women telling women how to be for a man. We can only talk about the experience of a man and a woman from our early, tender age of what we witness with our eyes, our ears. We cannot tell anybody anything other than what we have experienced. So if what I experienced didn't work, why would I share that with someone, telling them? Because if what is working, then that's when you share it. But you don't share what is not working. You don't share what you want and not concerned about what someone else wants. That's not nothing to be shared in information. That is causing problems. You share what is working. This is what I was doing. I stopped doing this. We stopped doing that, and we started doing this, and we found out it works better this way for the both of us. No, people come and telling what they want. See, wants it. There is an energy. There is a spirit that has cloaked us, that we have taken on if we are being selfish. We cannot say that the Bible says God made us in his image and in his likeness. But everybody got a different image. But people think they get to change a person because that's not what they want. If that's not what you want, then move on and find what it is you want. But you're never going to find what you want, because what you want is right here with you. So they have to go and look for it elsewhere because they don't want to look and do the work to get to the core of themselves. I'm speaking about any man, I'm speaking about any woman who are in a relationship that is based on buying and accumulating things together and has nothing to do with love connection. You see, I'm seeking a love, spiritual connection. I'm not seeking to have the things of the world. I'm not seeking cars and houses and clothes and jewelry and going to the nail shop and the hairdresser and all of this. I'm seeking spiritual connection. Because if we connect it to the source of all there is, when I connect with someone and they're connected to that source and they're looking for what I'm looking for, the spiritual connection, we won't have these problems about who is the boss and who is not the boss and how to look and how to talk and what to say and what not to say and what to do and what not to do, because we will be connected on a divine spiritual connection. Divine means no lust. You see, divine means no greed. That's what divine means. That you see the divinity in a person. You feel the divinity in the spirit. We are not understanding soul connection because we are in our egos. We have to die to the ego. In a relationship, when you're with someone, it's not about their size, their shape, or any of that. You're connecting with a person on a spiritual level when you have intimacy with them. It doesn't matter how a person is shaped. It doesn't matter if they're tall, if they're short. It doesn't matter the beauty on the outside. Everything is within. This is why we having all of these problems, because we're not looking for the divinity in people. We're looking at the exterior of a person. And then when you have the exterior of the person based on your carnal eyes, and the person is broken and fractured within themselves, and you are intimate with this person, then you are connecting on brokenness, fractured. You're not connecting with the shape and the exterior and the looks. You're connecting with this spiritual man. And if this spirit man is not whole within, then whatever is going on within that person, you are taking that on spiritually. It's called soul ties, soul connection. We have to stop the templates, my people. There are so many templates that have been given to masses of people, generation after generation after generation. When we are in relationships, the relationship must work for the people that are involved in the relationship. It cannot just work for one person. That's another thing. This control is very heavy in the world, and that is the ego. You have to surrender to the unknown. And men do not want to be vulnerable because they're programmed not to be vulnerable. Men don't cry. Stop that crying. Get up. You all right. So how will they have empathy and compassion and sympathy if you cut off not crying? Crying is a release of tears and sorrows, pain and suffering. We have tears for a reason. So man does not want to look at his vulnerableness, his feminine side, and it made woman be more dominant, especially because of the entity that took the male figure, the male energy, the male entity out of the home, man, woman, child. It left the woman to be more stronger because the male energy was not there. So if we learn all of these things as a child, in our environment, in our surroundings, that is in our conscious mind, subconscious and unconscious, because we witness these things. You cannot unsee something. You cannot unhear things. That's the information. So when you are journeying through life and life makes you uncomfortable, that's life saying, which is balance, this does not line up with you being balanced. So you need to look at this and fix this. We all been taught differently in relationships. I didn't have the father figure in my life, so I don't know how a man is supposed to treat me. So now I have to surrender, which I was in a relationship, but the relationship was me dominating the man. Because I saw my mother dominate men, and her mother dominate men, and my father, mother dominated men. So I could only do what I was taught. So when that relationship got to a point where I was tired getting things in it and not the love that I desired, I had to choose. Do I want to be in this relationship for things, or do I truly want to experience love? And to experience love, I had to come back to loving myself. I had to connect with the love for self before I could love anybody, before I could let anybody love me. I had to love me. And that's the journey I'm on, and that's the journey I'm talking about. The things did not bring happiness. The man having the money didn't bring happiness. It pacifies us. Spiritual love connection is what we all desire. But we are afraid of that spiritual connection, because that spiritual connection requires for us to be vulnerable with our heart. And because we have been hurt so many times, disappointed and let down, violated, abused, manipulated, lied, cheated, it is very hard to let your heart chakra surrender to love. But if we don't surrender to love, we will continue to suffer. And the division will stay there, because love is the answer. Who cares what the question is? Love is the answer. We have to stop pointing the finger and try to learn from each other. And if we are going to teach, we need to teach unity. Unity. What I need to love Daphne. If nobody loves me as I am, because I am who I am, nobody's going to stay young all their life. Nobody's going to stay fine all of their life, because life has a process. You see, nobody's going to stay beautiful all of their lives. Life has a process. We all change mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically. That's a part of life. And if people are not willing to go with the flow of life, they're not going to learn anything. So I think as a person who's looking for the divine, this is just my perception and my perspective. We are looking for the wrong things in relationship. But then again, maybe people are not looking for love. But I'm trying to see the reason why we have so much confusion when it comes to relationship, so much unbalancedness when it comes to relationship. You see, so much opposition when it comes to relationship is because we are not looking to connect on a love connection. We're looking to connect with someone that is weaker than us, or somebody who is stronger than us and don't mind that, they dominate because you can have this and that, and somebody help you do this and that, and the love is not there. And because people don't want to be detached from this world, they rather stay in a toxic relationship, you see, and be unhappy within because they have accumulated things together and no one wants to start over to have the peace of mind, you see, because the things are more important than your inner man, your inner peace, your inner knowing. So we have choices to make. I want my inner peace. I want my inner knowing. You see, I want my inner connection. So I'm willing to understand that comes with a price. And the price is you're going to have to be on your own until someone lines up with you spiritually that matches your vibration spiritually, energetically. Everything comes with a price because you being with somebody to get the things that you want, it comes with a price. You may have to deal with somebody who always yipping and yapping and hollering and screaming. You may have to deal with somebody who don't like to clean. You may have to deal with somebody who don't like to help. Everything comes with a price. So I think we need to look at what's going on. And I don't know who's going to get this message, when they're going to get it. Because I make these videos and I put it on the online, on the World Wide Web. And whoever is a spider looking to grow and evolve, they will be energetically drawn to that video when they are ready to receive the video mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You see, when you line up with and ready for the truth, it's going to come into your life. So you got to keep working on yourself, knowing yourself, not settling for less than you deserve, not putting up with anything just to be with nobody. There must be a balance for action, a equal give and take in relationship at all times. Or there's going to be chaos that somebody's choosing to bring into the relationship. So we need to look at what we're doing. We've been brought up the way we've been brought up. My parents did something different from that parent and your parent. And so everybody has learned something different about relationship. And to be in a relationship, the two people who are deciding to be in a relationship have to set the template the way it works for those people in that relationship. And it shouldn't have nothing to do with how Momo did it, Papa, my mama, my daddy, Nanan, and Parain. The two people who are deciding to get together, it has to work for them. Nobody can tell anybody work for them when they have to interact in the same space. And that's what's happening. People are projecting. People are looking for likes, shares, and subscribes. So if you're going to look for likes, shares, and subscribe, please do something that is beneficial, that helps people think, look outside the box, see it from a different perspective. People just trying to get their point across together. Man, woman, child. A man needs a woman, but a woman can certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, go many years without being penetrated. But a man cannot do that as good as a woman can do that. Because he's weak for a woman. He knows in his DNA was made for him. And if he doesn't die to his ego and put her where she belongs, which is on a pedestal, because she was made for him, he's going to continue to suffer. He's going to continue to spin. He's going to continue to go through all kinds of things because life is going to show him this woman was made for you. And if you don't treat her right, do right, you're going to get karma. You're going to suffer. You're going to have to spend more. You're going to have to do more because you're abusing what is made for you, and vice versa. Women are the nurturers, but they do have devilish women, and they have dominant women and masculine energy women because of what they were brought up on. So we have to look at ourselves. We both, man and woman, supposed to have feminine and masculine energy, but it must be balanced. So if you don't have a man in your life, you have to understand how to use your masculine energy to protect. You don't have a protector with you. And vice versa. If a man is not with a woman, he has to understand his femininity must still be used with himself. He can't just be out there in the world working to not think about his being by himself. He has to sit in his femininity. Simple as that. I'm going to get on out of here. I just wanted to get that off my spirit first thing. And it was on me. And a lady, she sent something in my inbox talking about I was triggered. I'm not triggered by that. I wanted to pass my perception about her message, which was division. See, everybody is bringing a message, and you have to understand if your message is bringing division or if your message is bringing, because we want to unite. We don't want to stay divided. We need foundation, man, woman, child. So we're projecting our pain onto someone else, telling them about a relationship. We do everybody a disservice. You do everybody a disservice because we are teachers and we teach directly and indirectly. So we have to be mindful of what we're teaching. We need to be teaching ever to seek the self because everybody was brought up differently, know different things, was taught different things, saw different things. And so when you're going to get into something with someone else for an extended period of time in the same space, you have to be willing to be open, honest, and vulnerable. And always look at self first before projecting and pointing. And once we look at self first, we can see and be truthful with what we're experiencing in the moment. Because it could be a pattern, a programming, and a pathology that we're repeating in that moment. So we need to start looking at the pathologies and the patterns and programs that we're bringing into relationship and using in the relationship when we know it's not working. We have to find things that work for the relationship to stay balanced and in harmony. Because it's a relationship relating to someone other than yourself. And then relate to the person. We have to connect with them on a spiritual level, a mental level, and a physical level. All of mind, heart, and spirit has to have the connection. Yes, I love you. I'm going to get on out of here. Let it sizzle in your spirit. Namaste.